Well, I'm joined by a familiar face on MTTV. In fact, I think the last video hit our most popular of the month. He's very proud. H.M. The Sole, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
That's what you like to be called, but
Absolutely.
you have your other name as well?
Yeah, so Ian James H.M. So that's,
Fine.
yeah, essentially how people call me.
We're in the presence of royalty, that's good. I brought you in to talk about something else, but I have to ask you first of all about the Castle Mono.
Sure,
because
absolutely.
that's an ongoing thing. It's still waiting.
It is. So the Castle Mono is set for auction on July the 17th, and we hope to be prepared for that. My PhD thesis is actually on the building's adaptive reuse, and so that's where I wanted to focus a lot of my attention on. But the Castle Mono is only one small part in a much larger enterprise, and that's essentially what we are here to talk about today.
Okay. Futurists, we talked about this whole thing.
Absolutely.
And it was compelling. I was intrigued. I think a lot of people were intrigued.
Yes.
You have to say this and understand it, but you're going to create something called the egg, or
the egg,
which
yep.
is an acronym for.
So it's an acronym for Ecological Geophysical Galleon. So it is a prototype space habitat. It's around 180 acres, and this amazing piece of infrastructure will have the capability to self-repair, possibly even reproduce. So it's about time that our planet start actually asking questions about how we will develop in the future.
Is this science fiction or science fact?
Well, I believe that the two are merging these days. I mean, it was only until, you heard, people in America talking about doublespeak or alternative facts, and that being a direct quote from 1984. So I do feel that where we are right now as a species, we have to start asking questions, which I think you can only find answers for in science fiction.
You're crowdfunding.
Absolutely.
Let's bring up a picture here of the page, so we got some ideas of what you're doing.
Yes.
If I'm reading this right, it says $1 billion, is it?
£1 billion.
Pounds?
Yeah.
Pretty well nearest the same thing these days.
Yes, absolutely.
1 billion?
£1 billion.
Is that impossible?
No, it's not impossible at all. It's the largest GoFundMe in history. And the reason for that is because you have leading physicists such as Stephen Hawking, which are stating that our planet, and he's gone down from 100 years to decades now, where we have decades of life here on the planet as a species. And it is an absolute shame that someone like me is having to step forward and say that I have zero confidence in governments or any type of global organizations to step up and say that we now need to build this prototype space habitat. This should be done as of yesterday. We can't wait until 50 years in order to build something like this because it's an absolute necessity for humanity.
Is $1 billion just a start of a 10? I mean, have you got a proper sort of plan of action here?
It's 1.3 billion as the actual price,
right,
in order to build something of this magnitude. That's actually sustaining a population of people, that is creating the port, that is building the egg. It is a prototype space habitat.
Are you looking for people to put in the odd 50 quid, or are you looking for those benefactors who have millions of billions?
Of course. I mean, it's all of the above. I believe it's a spectrum of everything. I think that now, more than ever, people are beginning to lose confidence with inside of these institutions, which are supposed to protect us. We now need to take ownership of this ourselves. If we start pointing the finger and say they should fix this, and who is they? They is actually us. And so that's why I'm appealing to the public to say, look, you know what? We can do this. $1 billion? I mean, there's 1,800 billionaires in the world. There's more than 15 millionaires around the world. I mean, at least 11 million of these are in Canada. So, I mean, this is so doable. It goes well beyond anything that we've done before.
Is it usual crowdfunding rules if you don't get your target?
Yes.
No one has to part?
Well, no. I mean
you just keep it running until you get it? Or?
Exactly. You keep it running until you get it through GoFundMe. That's why we chose GoFundMe as a campaign. Absolutely, okay. Yeah. Kickstarter was slightly different. Yeah. So that's why we went for the GoFundMe route. But this is why it is an absolute necessity. I mean, if you have the world's leading scientists, which have been essentially right about everything else, from climate change to, nuclear warfare to countries not necessarily finding an agreement amongst themselves, I'm here to tell a unifying message to the world that we can actually develop an independent planetary jurisdiction that's dedicated to advancing all methods of innovation and compassion for our society.
Where will the galleon go? Is
Well,
it
the
off the Isle of Man, or is it going to?
Well, see, this is the thing.
Water?
We want to build this from the island.
Ah.
Yeah, so we've actually been looking at a couple of spaces on the island that we feel are favorable for its development. And we believe that the icon central to speaking about things of planetary jurisdiction and international politics can actually happen from the Castle Mona.
Oh, so we tie it back to the Castle Mona.
Absolutely.
It's all. Well, I know you are appealing. So how are you going to pitch? There's your camera. How do you appeal?
So this is my message to you. You know, the entire world. As of yesterday, we should be building this. There stands nothing in our way that we can't overcome. We're not going to do it because it's easy. We do it because it's the necessity for our species. And you have everyone talking about leaving this planet, whether it be Mars or some type of deep space mission. Right now, we're living in paradise. And what I'm able to offer you as a proposal is paradise or oblivion. Right now, we have the capability to build the best of any type of innovation. We can create an international planetary jurisdiction that goes beyond any one nation, that collects all of us and unifies us to one particular narrative. And that's what we need to create.
I'm glad you came to us on this one. I'm waiting for the responses and the follow-up, because it's...
Well, I wanted to just, to kind of, throw this out there. Whether it be a pound or you just sharing, please do it. Oprah, I'm coming after you. Al Gore, I'm coming after you. I want you guys to help. Leonardo DiCaprio, Lana Wachowski, we love Sense8. It's one of these things where all of these people, George Lucas, in Star Wars, these people have been pulling down this information about how we can develop, how we can build a future planet. And I believe it's our responsibility to step up and to do something about it.
Okay, details on the screen of the site. Do let us know if your phone is ringing off the hook. Who knows? I mean, and
to welcome the people of the Isle of Man. I mean, this is the Isle of Man's gift to the world. I believe that by creating the egg here, we're not only providing skills for people, it's a different way of life. It's a way of thinking about the planet and the Isle of Man's contribution not only to the world, but to its pages in history. This has always been a seafaring nation, so let's go from there.